After 100 years in space, humankind finally returned to the ground. But as it turns out, they never left. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 moments from the 100.
I say that death wave can kiss my ass.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking specifically at moments from the hit CW show and not the book series. As many of these scenes reveal major plot points and story twists, a spoiler alert is in effect. Number 10. Octavia kills Pike. Watching her boyfriend executed by the man her brother helped elect as Chancellor certainly took a toll on Octavia Blake. The reign of Chancellor Pike marked a particularly dark time for the people of Arcadia, especially because it left the show's heroes divided.
Any last words?
Not for you.
Octavia spends the entire season struggling with her grief and fighting the desire to mourn her boyfriend Lincoln.
Maybe I should have another time.
All this anger continues to grow inside her, culminating in the shocking final moments of the season 3 finale, where Octavia stabs Pike through the stomach and finally gets her revenge. This moment marks a turning point for Octavia, as her desire for revenge would continue to pull her down a dark path. Number 9. Lexa vs. Roan. In a power move to usurp the throne from Commander Lexa, the Ice Queen convinces her banished son Roan, with a promise he can return home, to challenge her to a fight to the death. Knowing an Ice Nation commander would mean the end of her coalition between the 13 clans, Lexa accepts. Unwilling to appear weak, Lexa chooses to fight herself rather than assign someone to fight for her. As Lexa gains the upper hand in the fight, she stands over Roan about to end him, but she instead hurls a spear straight into the heart of the Ice Queen, reinforcing her legitimacy as commander and granting Ice Nation a new king.
She strained you down.
Number 8. Lexa's death. After the anticipation of a will they won't they spanning 2 seasons, Clarke and Lexa finally get together. But their blissful happiness is short-lived. Convinced that her feelings for Clarke have clouded her judgment, Lexa's flamekeeper and advisor Titus is determined to break the alliance Lexa has with Sky Crew.
What did you do to my friend?
A friend was caught stealing from people on their way to the Polis market.
In an attempt to kill Clarke and frame the murder on his captive Murphy, Titus picks up Murphy's gun and fires at her. As Clarke tries to escape the attack, a bullet meant for her flies into Lexa.
Lexa!
In a moment that rocked fans of the show to the core, Lexa dies in Clarke's arms as she tries helplessly to save her.
Don't you dare give up. My spirit will follow. No.
Number 7. Finn's death. Finn was the driving force in the effort to make peace with the Grounders, but numerous failed attempts resulted in an all-out war.
Clarke, run!
While looking for Clarke, Finn, suffering from a case of PTSD, loses control and fires on an unarmed Grounder village.
Finn, get back! Go!
Lexa orders that Finn be turned in, or their army will march on Arcadia.
Our truce begins with his death.
Rather than let his friends pay for his actions, Finn turns himself into the Grounders to face his fate. Clarke pleads with Lexa to free Finn, but she makes it clear that the only resolution is death.
I'm soaked in Grounder blood. Take me.
Refusing to let Finn be tortured to death, Clarke stabs him in the heart, killing the boy she loves.
Thanks, Princess.
Number 6. Lexa saves Clarke in the City of Light.
I have to go into the City of Light and find the kill switch.
Arcadians and Grounders alike have been brainwashed by an AI ally and attack those left awake, leaving them the choice to join or die. Clarke takes the flame, trusting the spirit of the commanders to protect her, and enters the City of Light in search of a kill switch. Clarke is surrounded by a murderous mob, determined to stop her. In a dramatic character reveal, Lexa leaps to Clarke's aid, saving her.
Lexa?
Upon reaching the final barrier, they are attacked again. The two share a tender moment, saying the things they never said before.
Never thought I'd see you again. I told you my spirit would choose wisely.
Lexa stays behind and fights them off to give Clarke time to shut down Allie as she continues through the door alone. Number 5. The missile lands on TonDC.
Open the gate. Now.
As impending war with Mount Weather approaches, Clarke grows desperate to rescue her friends. To draw attention away from their inside man Bellamy, Clarke sends a message to the mountain men that they are coming.
I have a message for your leader. We're coming for him.
While inside, Bellamy overhears President Cage planning on firing a missile on TonDC. Clarke's first reaction is to evacuate the city, but Lexa proposes that the two of them escape quietly, as evacuation will give Bellamy away.
This is war, Clarke. People die. You showed true strength today. Don't let emotion stop you now.
Clarke ultimately decides to leave with Lexa, and watches as the missile lands on the city with her friends, Chancellor Kane and Octavia inside.
5, 4, 3, 2.
As she walks back through all the death and destruction, Clarke is unsure that she made the right call. Number 4. The team goes back for Raven.
What are you doing here?
We're not leaving you behind.
As the end of days draws near and a nuclear wave covers the Earth, there is a race against the clock to get everyone inside the bunker in time. Clarke, Bellamy, Monty, Harper, Murphy, Emery, and Echo task themselves with picking up Raven, who stayed behind in the research lab.
There's no time to get back.
We're not going back. We're going up.
After a series of setbacks along the way, the team realizes that there's not enough time to get there and back before the death wave hits, and they will have to leave Raven behind. Instead, they decide together to go back for Raven, and use the rocket in the lab to go back to the Ark, refusing to let her die alone.
Good. It's settled then. We're going back to the Ark.
Number 3. The 100 versus the Grounders. As tension grows between the 100 and the Grounders, it's made clear that peace is not an option. As the Grounders lay siege on the dropship, the 100 arm up and prepare for war.
They think that because we came from the sky, we don't belong here. But they're yet to realize one very important fact. We're on the ground now. And that means we are Grounders.
After all the infighting and distrust, they finally come together to fight a common enemy. As Bellamy, Octavia, and Monty fight on the front lines, Clarke struggles to keep Raven, who's been shot in the back, alive, as she and Jasper work to rig the dropship to ignite and take out the Grounders. This is the first time we see the 100 truly united, and united they win.
He's killing him.
Give me that.
No, Ben, no!
Number 2. Octavia wins the Conclave.
This is who I am.
After 16 years under the floor and all her time on the ground, Octavia has spent the entire series figuring out who she is and her place in the world. As the death wave approaches, a final conclave will determine who survives. Just as Clarke and Bellamy begin to lose hope, Octavia returns home, after running away from all her grief and anger, and volunteers to fight.
I'm here for the war.
With help from others, and Bellamy's advice to use her past to her advantage, Octavia emerges victorious. Finally deciding the person she's going to be, she announces that the bunker does not belong to Sky Crew alone, but will be shared evenly and all clans will survive together.
We are one clan, and we will survive Prime Fire together.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
May they be remembered forever, until there is no more pain, no more suffering.
Number 1. Clarke's decision at Mount Weather.
Do what's right for your people. Our people. So that we can all take our rightful place on the ground.
President Cage Wallace, desperate to return to the ground, plans on draining the 100 of their bone marrow to create a cure for radiation. However, not everyone in Mount Weather agrees with his methods, so they help Jasper, Monty, and Bellamy hide the 100, as Clarke, Octavia, and Lexa prepare to storm the mountain.
Need to get everyone to the Harvest Chamber. We'll be safer there.
In a shocking twist, Lexa makes a deal for the release of her people, and retreats her army, abandoning the others.
What did you do? What you would have done. Save my people.
Having exhausted all other options, Clarke is left with no choice but to irradiate Mount Weather, with those that help them still inside.
Clarke, we're out of time.
Refusing to let her do it alone, Bellamy puts his hand on hers and they pull the lever together. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.